Hello, welcome to Three Crows Runes. My name is Jen. Let's do some rune readings. Today we're doing the Lunar Sign Zodiac. Yay! I just realized there's no possible way for me to do the Kermit the Frog flailing yay because all you're seeing is my fingers. So that was my equivalent. So you know your lunar sign. I'm going to put all the signs timestamps in the description and I will see you at your reading. Bye! Hello, Year of the Rat People. So first we're going to draw a card and then we are going to, oh my goodness, the Year of the Rat People, and then we're going to do a little splash reading with the Willow Runes and we're going to see what your reading is about. So here, which I actually probably should have said in the introduction, but you probably just jumped to this anyway, so I'm just going to say it now. We're doing readings about your magic, what magic you need most right now, and how you can go about actually doing that. So let's get to it. Okay, so Year of the Rat People, you are having some exhaustion issues. You've just used up basically everything and you are just exhausted and hoping to recharge at this point. So your central issue is also about strength and health. We have Uruz, which is the rune of the wild ox. You are very concerned right now about your strength and about your health because you have exhausted yourself. You exhausted yourself basically two things. One, tending needs, like running around and making sure everything is tended because everything has been like an emergency lately. But also I get the sense that this has been something that's been coming for a long time. You have needed to tend your own needs and you've reached this point. So now you need to focus on your strength, your health. What will help is get yourself into a place where you feel safe. Get yourself into a place where you feel you have sanctuary, where you feel you have security. This is Othala. It's the home and the homeland rune. So wherever you feel at home, whether this is actually home or whether this is somewhere that you feel comfortable and at home and in your comfort zone, where you feel safe and secure, get yourself there. If you don't have that opportunity, try to create that, but this is upright, so I was about to say, create that mentally, just like try to get a mental space where you're like that, but this is not reversed. So this is definitely saying like a physical version of home. Get yourself somewhere where you're going to feel safe so you can recharge. What doesn't help is, yes, so Velo, definitely your source energy is an issue. You're worried about that you have burned out and you're worried that you won't be able to get this energy back. You're worried that you've basically used it all up and that you're going to be exhausted forever. You will not. If you just basically finally tend that need that you've known you've needed to tend for a long time, get yourself somewhere where you feel safe and secure, where you can start to recharge. And what you're going to find is almost immediately, not immediately, but almost right away, once you start doing this, you are going to feel much more recharged. You're going to things are going to start to have light again. The light is going to come back. We have Dagaz that's breaking the day. So it's almost like everything has been waiting for is for you to actually turn all this need tending into tending your own needs and get yourself somewhere where you feel safe and secure and you'll actually be able to breathe. And this is the energy is going to come in like almost right away when you do this, and that will help you. So that's a bit about magic, but it's more about your energy, which is what you're going to need to do your magic anyway. So it is going to be like magic as soon as you start to actually take those steps to get yourself somewhere where you feel safe and secure. So that, Year of the Rat People, is your reading. I wish you a lovely day or evening. Take care till next time. Bye. Hello, Year of the Ox People. So we're going to start by pulling a card, and there's our card, 6 of Wands. So it's a triumphant return. Let's see what the runes say about your magic and how you can access it. There's your energy. Sorry, I'm not going to talk through this, but this is good. This is good. Well, it's always going to be good. It's generally going to be good. Okay. So you're the ox people. Yes, you're sort of having this triumphant return kind of thing. You've actually completed a cycle or season of something. We have Yira, which is the rune of the year, but also the harvest. So you've basically harvested the fruits of your labors, and you are able to triumphantly return from this. Right now, your focus is going to be on tapping into your source energy. We have Sovila, which is the sun, because right now this is sort of like you need to re-energize from all this. So how are you going to do that? Well, stillness is going to be the key. You've actually been pushing all this time to get this, to get to this point where you've got the fruits of your labors come up. You've been able to harvest it, and you've completed this season. You've triumphantly come through, and it's like you celebrated, you're doing all this, and this is, you're here. And then now you're here where you're like, okay, I need to re-energize with my source energy. Your source energy may vary. This sun rune has to do with source energy. So whatever your source energy is, could be music, could be nature, could be doing something that you really, really like. And what's going to help you the most is stillness. We have Isa. Isa is the rune of ice. So that has to do with standstill and also clarity. And also the clarity that comes through when you finally are still and allow it. So give yourself that breathing time, which you haven't had in a while because you've been so busy with this. What won't help you with that is Uru's reversed. Basically talking about you're going to feel really tired. You're going to be like, I don't even know that I have the energy and the strength to even do any of this. I've worn myself out. Maybe I'm going to be worn out forever. No, you do have access to your source energy. You will be able to replenish, but you do have to be still. Replenishing your energy is not going to be something you can do by running around. So take that moment of stillness. Be still. Don't be worried about people are going to think you're weak by doing this. This is essential. This is like, even if you're harvesting something, you got to let the field sit for a bit before replanting, because otherwise it's not going to work as well. Got to get your energy back. So be still, let that come through, and then you'll be able to start a brand new journey. We have Raido, which is the journey rune. It's not going to take long for you to get your energy back, and you'll be able to start your journey again. So the magic of getting your energy back is going to be, this is like, it's very loosely about magic. I thought I was going to be like doing it about your magic, but it kind of is. Anyway, you're going to be able to start your energy. You're going to get your energy back, and you'll be able to start a new journey. So that, Ox people, is your reading. I wish you a lovely day or evening. Take care till next time. Bye. Hello, tiger people. So first I'm going to draw a card. And here is your card, the Two of Cups. You're a meeting of hearts and minds. So do some good relationship alchemy, which is good. Let's see what the runes have to say on this subject as far as your magic in this, what magic needs to be brought into your life right now and how you can go about doing it. So let's see. So the little rabbits seem to be meeting with their hearts in cups in their hands, basically. So I guess to be successful in that, yes, actually that looks like that. To be successful in this meeting that you're hoping for, to have a successful intertwining of essences, we have Algae's reversed, which is the indicator of what magic you need to bring in, which is basically self-protection, self-support. You have Algae's is the elk, otherwise known as the moose. It has to do with protection and support. It is reversed and it's on the central line. So it's basically, in order to succeed in this, you need to be able to be strong as you are. And you're coming from a place where we have Manas, which is the rune of humanity and your place in it. Maybe you've actually sort of felt like you weren't whole on your own, but you are. You always are. And it's not a good idea to be seeking someone else to complete you, because you are complete as yourself. If two complete people meet each other, then they can meet each other with joy, which is great. Nobody's going to be completely desperately dependent on each other, and you will be wholly yourself which is very, very important. And that's what this is saying. Algae's reversed is saying, first, make sure that you are able to support yourself and protect yourself in this, and be able to stand on your own and not be so desperate to please somebody else that you're going to change who you are and put yourself off balance and leave your completion to somebody else, because that is not healthy. So what is going to help with that is we have Tivaz. Tivaz is Tyr's rune. Tyr's the warrior god. He has to do with duty and responsibility and tending duties and responsibilities, and it is reversed on the upper line. So what you're going to want to do is make sure that you are in charge of tending your own duties and responsibilities. Don't leave this to anybody else. Don't sort of put that in anyone else's hands, because that will give them power over you. Be able to support yourself. Be able to tend your own duties and responsibilities. Keep yourself strong and protected, and that's what's going to help you the most. What won't help is old habits die hard. You are going to be stubbornly still perhaps clinging to this idea that you maybe aren't, you're worried about your strengths, so you're worried about your strength, you're worried about your health, and maybe you're stubbornly sort of clinging to this idea of, I need somebody to complete me, because you are complete. So that's not going to help you, and that's just going to continue things that maybe went wrong before. So you're tentatively, hesitantly wanting to meet somebody and to connect with that other person. Make sure that you are able to support yourself and you are able to stand on your own, and that you are tending your own duties and responsibilities, and that you don't need anybody to do that for you. So then it's sort of a much more healthy agreement. And then we have Laguz, which is the rune of the lake, and has to do with all the watery stuff, so emotion, intuition, and heart. At that point, then you can turn to the heart-centered meeting that you were hoping for all along. And that, Tiger people, is your reading. I wish you a lovely day or evening. Take care till next time. Bye! Hello, hair people. So first we're going to draw a card and see where you stand. So there is the Two of Wands. You're sort of hesitating over where you're going to direct your will, although you have already made your decision. So, so let's see what the runes have to say about it. What magic you need to bring in to help you with this moment. Okay. Alrighty. Okie dokie. Right. So, here you are. You're sort of hoping for, it looks like you're hoping for a sign, even though you've already made your decision, but you're not admitting that to yourself. You've come to the end of a journey, and here you are standing at the threshold of your new journey. You have two ways that you're thinking of directing your will in the future. You have the world in one hand, and you have, you know, two things to choose from. You have already made your choice which one you're going to go with, but you are sort of like, show me a sign, because I guess this one still has some pull over you, but it's not what's going to be the thing. What's going to help you, the magic and the sign that you're going to be looking for, is what is already coming up. What are already some fruits of your labors that have come up and that have nourished you and that have given you profitability, as far as, you know, this has really helped me in my life, enriched and nourished your life. What has already happened, and that will actually lead you to the one you already have your hand on. What won't help is, immediately what I got is the shoulds. The shoulds are not going to help you, because there's the things about this one, even though you've already made the decision on this one, this is the one that will bring you the most joy, this is the one that will bring you the most excitement and interest and fascination, and this is where you really want to go. You are still thinking about this one because it's a should. It's like, yeah, but I should also do this one. Maybe it's more sensible. You get those air quotes. I had to bring the fingers around. Or maybe it's, you know, something you felt obligated about. But you know that if you go with this one, everything that this embodies is going to get taken care of anyway. You have the world. So it's like, look at, in the hand, you've got the treasure. So, or the globe. Sometimes it's a globe, sometimes it's treasure. Anyway, that's beside the point. Do not make this decision based on shoulds. You already know which one you want to go with, and it's already showing you that it's the right one to do, because you're already getting rewards from it. So what this is going to lead to. So first of all, look at that. That's where the magic lies. And what this is going to lead to is you're going to feel much calmer. You're not going to feel like you have to run around so much. We have Avaz, which is a horse rune, has to do with movement, also spirit. So your inner spirit is something that's going to be able to take off and carry you because it is reversed. But because it's reversed, it also has to do with not running around so much, and you're going to be a lot more relaxed in that. So overall, that's basically what your situation is. The magic that you're going to need to get out of that, first of all, tap into your source energy, because you're one of the things that is looking, and I should have mentioned this first, but it's Sovilo, so it's source energy, it's the sun. You're sort of seeking the sun, and that's what you're sort of focusing on. How can I get to that? The easy answer is this is the harvest, the sun and the harvest. So the sun does not nourish the sword. The sun nourishes the harvest, and the sun, where your source energy lies, is where the harvest is coming up. So that's gonna carry you forward, and it's gonna make you feel a lot more calm. You're not gonna feel like running around so much. And that, hair people, is your reading. I wish you a lovely day or evening. Take care till next time. Bye. Hello, dragon people. So I'm going to start with a card for the dragon people. We have the 9 of Chalices. So that's really good. Right now you're sort of in a situation where you're in a good place. You're actually sort of, either you are in a situation where you have everything, like everything you could want. Like it's not like everything, but it's like you are pretty much steeped in abundance at this point. And when you admit it to yourself, you're like, this is fantastic. However, you're a dragon and you may feel like you want more. Like where you are is great, but maybe there's more, or maybe you are just shooting for this. Maybe you're just shooting for, you want those 9 chalices. Now they've made this card so that there's a space for the 10th. So you sort of are, the card implies that you're feeling the lack of that last piece of the puzzle. So leading up to this, we have Ingvaz. Ingvaz is active creation. So you've actually been through, you've actually done a lot where you've actually really shaped your surrounding. You've really made things the way that you have wanted to have them, the way you need to have them. You've shaped this. You've worked really hard to get to that. Whoa, I'm sorry, your central issue is the challenge. It feels like an impossible challenge. We have Thurizaz reversed, so that's the Thorn, the Giant, the Gateway. It's reversed, so it's an extremely difficult challenge. The challenge is you're still feeling the lack of something. You have pretty much everything. You have like, what more could I possibly want? But you feel this lack. There's something missing that you feel like is missing. You've done all you can, and you're facing this challenge of how do I put that last piece of the puzzle in? So your magic is, how do I find that? Well, this is saying, number one, I'm getting seek it, but also I'm getting seek it by tending your duties and responsibilities. This is Tears rune, so there may also be sacrifice. So there may be something that you will need to give up to obtain this last piece. So, and this doesn't have to be something that this is hopefully not something that you need. This is not going to be something like Tears' right hand. But it could be something like, let's say you wanted to be famous, you would have to give up not being known when you go down the street. You know, kind of thing. Like it's the sort of thing like that there is something that if you want to complete this, and that's the sort of thing that you're wishing for, you are going to have to sacrifice. There's something you're going to have to sacrifice. It's inherent in Tyr. But also doing the work, like driving forward and doing the work, like tending your duties and responsibilities is also going to be essential towards this. And it's through that you're going to find your way. It's also through that you're going to be able to see what you're going to have to sacrifice, but you're not going to get there until you do it. Until you do all the I mean, you've already done so much work, but it's sort of like sitting and weaving as opposed to driving forward and like putting the sitting and weaving out into the world. Anyway, so that's what's going to help with this magic of getting through this challenge. What won't help is it sometimes feels overwhelming. We have Dagaz, which is the breakthrough of the day. And it's basically, you see this challenge and it just feels overwhelming. It's like, I have done everything that I possibly can do. What more can I possibly do? and it feels like too much, and this feels like too much. But if you just basically say, you know what, I'm just going to keep going. I have to keep going. And you drive forward and you keep tending your duties and responsibilities and watch for the gap. And when you see that gap, you're going to see what needs to go so that you can fill it. And that's what Tyr's lesson is here. So what this is going to lead to is great strength and health. We have Uruz, which is the aurochs, the wild ox. And it's basically saying that you're going to come out of this stronger no matter what. Even if you eventually decide you're only going to keep these 9 cups and be happy about it, you're going to be very, very strong about it. However, if you go forward and you basically decide, you spot what you need to do, and you're willing to make that sacrifice, you're going to also feel much stronger. So either way, you're going to feel strong at the end of this. So you're headed towards great strength. We have the aurochs, which is the strength. So that, dragon people, is your reading. I wish you a lovely day or evening. Take care till next time. Bye. Hello, snake people. So, for the snake people, I am drawing a rune, and we have the 7 of Wands. You're feeling a bit defensive lately. It's like a lot coming at you, trying to enforce their will on you, and you have your will. Oh my gosh, that's the second time I've seen that rune in a row as the central issue. So, but completely different everything else, so the context is going to be different. So, snake people, we have, alrighty, you know what you want. Snake people, you know what you want. You have it in your hand, your will, and there are people around you. Whether they actually are there or whether you are just imagining that they are there trying to enforce their will on you, and you're saying, no, I know what I need, I know what I want to do, and I'm going to do it. And you're feeling a bit defensive about that. It may feel like everybody's after you for that. But you know what? You have this, you have your castle, you have the sun at your back, and you're all good. Leading up to this moment of great challenge, we have Thursday's reversed, which is the central issue and what you want to work your magic about. You've sort of turned away from the din of humanity. The din of humanity still haunts you, but the din of humanity is what you've turned away from so you could find your own truth and your own will. And here you are. You feel like everything is against you. But don't worry about that. You're working on that. What magic do you need to do to get through this challenge, which feels impossible? Just work on your world around you. We have Ingvaz, that's the rune of Ing, who's another name for Frey, and Frey is the fertility god, and it has to do with active creation. So you're going to basically be looking around your person and yourself and your world, and you're going to be shaping it. Whatever you can affect, whatever you can work into shape to be better suited for you, do that, build that nest. And that's what's going to help you with this challenge. It's going to make the challenge feel a lot less impossible. And we're leading to something really good, so I'll get to that. What won't help is we have Fehu, and Fehu is the rune of wealth and worth. It's really sort of worrying about, what's not going to help you is worrying about your inherent worth, because clearly you feel the people around, the people who are trying to jab their will at you, don't respect your wealth and worth, and you're feeling like I'm worth more than this, and maybe you're going to feel a bit like a big poop about it, and maybe you feel bad about enforcing your worth, like maybe you feel bad about standing up for this. So this is sort of the defensive part, but what's going to help you most is just to like leave that and do it with your actions. Just like, I'm not going to fight you guys, I'm just going to do my thing. And that's what's going to come out as what's going to help you the most. You're going to complete your castle, and you're going to move into that castle, because the outcome for this is Othala, and Othala is the rune of the home and the homeland. And it's really hard to, you can't take down a castle with a stick. So once you've got your castle solidly and securely around you, which you're going to work on right now, you're sort of building that around you, you're not going to feel bothered by a bunch of people shaking sticks at you. You're going to be like, yeah, well, I'm in my castle, and I have my will, and I am doing what I need to do, and you have no idea, and so to heck with you. So that, snake people, is your reading. I wish you a lovely day or evening. Take care till next time. Bye. Move this over a little bit. Hello, horse people. So, let's start right away. So, horse people, here's your reading about what magic you need to sing into the world right now and what you are going to need to do to make that happen. So, you are taking a much needed rest at the moment, a bit of a respite, a break from troubles that you have had to deal with from just like these energies and things. You're recharging a bit. Let's see what the runes say about that. So, right now you're in a place where you can expand again. We have Kaunaz, which is the rune of expansion. It has to do with a torch or fire, and it starts as an ember and it expands. You've been running around a lot, and this is why you're taking this moment to take a break and take a rest. And sorry, this is Avaz, it's the horse running around. And maybe you've been following your spirit as well, but you've been just like, you've worn yourself out. And so right now you're needing to expand. You're needing to rest so you can expand again. What is going to help you is, we have Ansuz, and Ansuz is the rune of communication and manifestation. Interestingly, horse, this is going to be what's going to help you the most. Expressing what you've been through up to this point and expressing where you're at. Whether you're going to do this directly with somebody else or whether you're going to do this in writing, but somehow you're going to, or painting, somehow you're going to express what you've come through, and that's going to help you expand, and that's going to help you recharge. What isn't going to help is, we have Laguz reversed. Laguz is the rune of emotion, intuition, and heart. It's the water, it's the lake, and reversed on the lower line, it's sort of like, I'm going to read this a few ways. Doubting your heart, also dealing with some upheaval-y emotions. You may be having some like upheaval emotions, and also you may have like a numbness happening. Like you may have just worn yourself out to a point where you feel numb, and if you focus on that, and if you let your negative emotions overwhelm you, and or if you doubt your own heart, this is going to drag you down at this point. You're not going to be able to open up, and you're not going to be able to get yourself where you can express. But expressing is going to help with all of that. Through expression, you're going to be able to work through the negative emotions. You're going to be able to let things flow to the point where emotions will be coming through again. And also, you're going to see your heart. You're going to see through the expression, the song of your heart. So that's what's going to help you the most, horse people. So what this is going to lead to is, interestingly, it's like you're so tired right now and you're just freaking just worn out. And you're going to have to go through this to suddenly become aware of what you need to drop everything and do. Because there is something that you're just too exhausted to see right now. You just needed this break. As soon as you've taken this and as soon as you've worked through the things that you need to express, something is going to become very, very obvious of what you need to drop everything and tend to immediately. And so do that. And once you do that, then that's your way forward. You will know your way forward because it's going to be through doing that. So that, horse people, is your reading. I wish you a lovely day or evening. Take care till next time. Bye. Hello, sheep people. So let's start with a card for the sheep people. Sheep people, you are starting something really just brand new that has to do with practical things and grounded things and financial things, and just like there's maybe money starting with that. So this is going to be magic with money in mind to alliterate. Oh, interesting. So it's some pretty wild stuff you're dealing with. But we'll get to that. So your central issue is represented here by Hagalaz, and Hagalaz is the rune of the hailstorm and chaos and the uncontrolled uncontrollables. So while you're starting this new thing, it's like a trackless jungle that you're sort of, it's like wild, it's like the storm that you're stepping into. So leading up to this, you've actually got quite a lot of stuff to work with. We have Yura, which is the rune of the harvest. It has to do with profitability, the fruits of your labors. So you have a lot to work with. And if this is money, then you've actually got a lot of money to play with. If this is a practical idea, or if this is something just very down to earth that you're going to be starting with, something very grounded, but something that's going to bring in some sort of profit, whether it's money profit or just life enrichment profit, you have a lot to work with at this point. So you're actually stepping into this storm. What magic can you use? Well, the main magic that this is saying is keep your needs tended to. We have Nauthiz, and Nauthiz is the rune of need. It's not reversed, so it's not drop everything need, but it's just basically to keep your eye on what needs to be tended and maintain that. Just being very aware of maintenance of things and to maintain everything in the storm. Well, it's like if you're on a ship and the ship is going through a storm, you just have to triage the maintenance of the things on the ship so that you can get through the storm safely. Things are going to be good though, trust me. What won't help is you're going to be a bit worried about this because it's a bit overwhelming. It's a bit intense. It's a bit heated. We have Sovilo, and honestly, this looks like Sovilo reversed, and there's no such thing, but the way they've drawn the Sovilo on this rune, it looks like it's reversed. So, don't forget your source energy. Tap into your source energy where you need it. You're going to be worried about it because you're going to be worried about energy levels. So don't neglect that, since this looks reversed and I can actually read it that way for this rune. However, you're also going to feel a bit overwhelmed. So if the storm makes you feel overwhelmed with its natural energies, bring yourself back up to the triaging of the maintenance of where you're at going through this storm, and you'll be okay, and you'll come through into a safe, secure home situation where you're going to feel very much protected, secure, in a sanctuary sort of situation. We have Othala as the rune of the home and the homeland. This is how you're going to start to build your home if you haven't already. This is going to form a much safer home around you, sheep people. So that is your reading. I wish you a lovely day or evening. Take care till next time. Bye. Hello, monkey people. So, monkey people, we are going to start with a card, and the card we have is the Knight of Wands. There's a lot of wands. And just to mention, I've just seen a bunch of wands. I have shuffled these. These are very shuffled for this reading. Anyway, Knight of Wands, riding forward, driving forward, driven by will, by your will in this. Let's see what the runes have to say about what you're doing. Okay, confident. You're confident, which is good. You should be. Ooh, blank rune. So let's see what we have for that. Alrighty. Very, very fitting. So, right now you are either seeking confidence or you are very confident going into this. Leading up to this, you have been dealing with people. This is Manaz, the rune of humanity, and your place in it. Not like your place, but where you feel you belong in humanity. You've really sort of felt your note in the song, and that you can actually sing that more helpfully in the world, and you're moving forward with this great feeling of confidence. Maybe not with as much money as you'd like, but darn it, you have confidence. And so, so you're riding forward to do that. What will help you? Be open. We have the blank rune. Open up to your version of the divine, whatever that may be. But be open to what the universe is going to put in front of you. You know, like in those fairy tales with the character that goes out on an adventure and they're warned by the wise person at the beginning. It's like, do not refuse anything that comes at you. And that's basically the situation you are in. The knight is riding forward with his will, driving forward. And anything that comes in front of you, consider it as part of your path. This is what's going to help you. This is what's going to help you continue forward in this. What won't help is the opposite of that. We have Gabo, which is the rune of the gift. The gift is always an exchange, and it usually has to do with agreements, decisions, and goals. If you set out with a very rigid plan, you're not going to have a good time. Be open for whatever comes at you, because whatever comes at you is your adventure. And if you are saying, well, I can't entertain spending time with this magical goose because I didn't have magical goose on my schedule. But magical goose showed up, and if you do entertain that magical goose, you could get a lot of gold. So anyway, as an example. So yes, be open, set out, be open. And what this is going to lead to is, first of all, greater energy to drive forward with. Every encounter you get is going to actually encourage that. As well, this is Tyr's rune. This is Tyr's the warrior god, and he's all about doing this. So it's actually, you're going to be even more experience. This is going to build your experience riding forward with your will to do this. So this is looking really exciting and good. It's like to be continued. It's very exciting, Knight of Wands, for the monkey people. So, monkey people, that is your reading, and I wish you a lovely day or evening. Take care till next time. Bye! Hello, Rooster people. So, Rooster people, I'm going to start with a card, and the card you get is the Three of Cups. That's exciting. You're having like a party. There's a party going to be happening. You're partying. You're celebrating. Celebration is good. So, let's see what the runes have to say about this celebratory moment, and what magic would be good to bring in, and how you can go about bringing in that magic. Alrighty. Alrighty-o. Okay. Ooh, blank rune. So, Rooster people, your central issue is we have Ingvaz. Ingvaz is the rune of Ing. Ing is another name for Frey, and Frey is the fertility god, and he has to do with active creation. So you're working on something. You're planning a party. You're basically working on something that you are having cause to celebrate. You're creating something. What led up to this is, this sort of came out of some really major needs that happened. Like, this is Nauthi's reversed. Nauthi's is the rune of need. Reversed, it's need that you have to drop everything and tend. And out of that, you're actually in a situation where you're really actively working on creating something that is going to be enriching your life, if not the lives of others. So that's really, really good. It's cause for celebration. What will help you with this magic is turn away from the din of humanity. Basically, just listen to your own drummer. Don't be swayed by the mob going, oh, you don't want to do that. You want to do blah, blah, blah. It's like, no, thank you for your opinion. You're wrong, and I'm going to do it my way. And that's what's going to help you with this creation that you're doing. What isn't going to help is ending it early or worrying about it ending early. We have Rhytho reversed. So Rhytho's the journey rune. It is reversed on the lower line. And so two ways of reading that. One, if you just basically stop, if you stop this, if you stop moving forward, that's not going to help. And if you let somebody stop you, and it's the opposite of, this is usually the opposite. So this is you going, I know my way, I'm working on this is what I know I need to do, and you're paying attention to your inner voice and dancing to your own drummer and all that, and that's what's going to help. What isn't going to help is letting these people who are having their opinions stop you. So don't let that happen. If that starts to happen, or if you start to give up, just basically say, you know what, I'm going to carry this through, because this started because I was needing to tend this. Why don't I finish it? And then I probably won't need to tend that ever again, because this will all be in place and that won't be an issue anymore. So listen to what you know you need and keep building the thing that you're building. And what you're going to be, it's like you're going to be able to close this. I mean, it's like, this is ending it early. You're going to be able to close this chapter of that, and you're going to have like a blank, not a blank page, like blank canvas. Like, you're going to have new ground. It's like you've cleared this level. You cleared this level in the video game, and now you're on to the new world. So that is definitely cause for celebration. And that is your reading, Rooster people. I wish you a lovely day or evening. Take care till next time. Bye. Hello, dog people. I'm a dog people. Hello, dog people and me. So here's where we're at. So here's where you're at, dog people. A lot of conflict. A lot of conflicts of will. A lot of people have their idea of what they want to bring into being. And if they could just find common ground and work together, they could make this work. They could put together this IKEA cabinet that they're working on. But right now they're just arguing. So let's see, dog people, about this. Oops. Tinsel is shedding. So there's something that we're working on, that you're working on to begin. And everybody around you, and perhaps even you yourself, are arguing over the best way to do this. So, Berkana, rune of beginnings and birth, you're bringing something into the world. You're birthing this. So whether this is you and other people with their wills, or whether this is just you and just various conflicting ideas about how to even go about it, it all ties into this beginning that you're working on. Leading up to this, you've had a long time where you were just basically working up to this. You were incubating it. We have Ivaz, which is the yew tree, so it's patience and slow development. You've been very patient for a long time. You've been working on this. You've been incubating it. And now you're in the point where you want to birth this thing, and how to go about doing it, this is a source of great debate. What will help you bring this magic through? We have Nauthiz. Nauthiz is the rune of need. So there's something that I do if there's like a choice between things. And one of the things that I do is I say, which can I not do later? And then I do the thing that I can't do later. And I let that pace me. I let that basically give me the itinerary that I need to follow. Similarly with this, whatever it is that you're birthing, you just feel like you want to do it all at once and you can't. So you're going to have to be basically looking at what needs to happen first. Maybe this frog needs to go first. So if this frog goes first, then it's like, okay, this is there. What needs to happen second? And if you can do that, then you can get these. I love how this is actually very much reflective of the arguing wands in the card. Do it that way. That's what's going to sort it out. You may need to discuss for a while to work out what needs to be going first, but you can do that. You got a world of patience, as you showed from what you've done to get here. What isn't going to help is trying to force it into shape without doing this. If you just basically say, I want to do it all at once, I'm going to just rustle it, I'm not reading the instructions, I'm just going to do it, that's going to make a mess. You probably will break something and it will set you back. So what you're going to want to do is really just focus on what needs to be done and follow the need. Follow the need and you'll get this sorted out. And what this is going to lead to is we have Ansuz reversed. Ansuz is the rune of communication and manifestation. This is actually going to, and this is why I'm saying this is probably you without other people. This is probably an argument you are having with yourself. This will actually hone your inner voice and your inner communication to go through this exercise. And once you get through that, it's sort of like, I'm able to bring this out. I'm able to bring this through because I have been able to listen to myself, listen deeply, and basically work with my inner voice and work with my inner communications and my instincts and knowing what needs to go first, etc. So that, dog people, is your reading. I wish you a lovely day or evening. Take care till next time. Bye. Hello, pig people. So, pig people, we're going to start with a card. More wands. This shuffled with wands. I've had so many wands in these readings. Anyway, something is coming in really fast for you. So that's your current situation. Let's see what the runes have to say. Interesting. Yeah. This is just coming in really fast. What it is that you are dealing with. And you want to make something. There's something that you're working on, that you are actively creating. We have Ing's rune. Ing is the rune of... Ing is Frey's rune. Frey's the fertility god. I couldn't have said that more garbledly if I had tried. But basically what you're doing is you're working on something, you're putting something together. It's coming really fast. It's like speed. And it's sort of like you got all the materials at once. You got everything you needed in your lap, like right away. And so Daga's breakthrough of the day, you have everything you need. You were able to wrestle it into place, which is what you're doing now. You're getting it together and it's going really quickly. It may be going too quickly and it's freaking you out. And so what is going to help you with this to bring this magic through is we have Ivaz. Now Ivaz is the rune of patience and slow growth. So even though you have everything that you need, maybe take your time a little bit. Maybe don't rush it, because it is rushing. It's coming in really fast. So I think, pig people, what you're going to want to do is, okay, so this is kind of interesting because it's almost contradicting. What isn't going to help you is don't stop. Like, this doesn't mean stop. Taking your time with it means you still are moving forward. You're still moving forward towards your goal. And you will get there because this is your goal. But you're not rushing anymore. But this doesn't say stop, because right now you do have momentum. It's really good momentum. It's a bit too much momentum, but you want to just rein it in a little bit so that you can actually see what you're doing and build it carefully with that so you don't have a mess. But don't see this as saying it's too fast, I give up, I stop, because that's going to ruin everything. Right now you have momentum. It's fantastic. You have lots of energy with that momentum, so keep going, but just slow down a little bit. It's like, just be patient with yourself with this. Maybe you can't keep up with the pace that it seems to want, but just be patient because you're the one putting it together. So you can do it. And that's actually what's going to help you the most, because what you're going towards is your goal and you are going to reach it not long after now. So patience is going to be the key. Patience with yourself, patience with the process. Everything takes longer than you think it will. You have momentum now. The only way you could, actually, you wouldn't even fail if you stopped, but it wouldn't be as easy to get the momentum again. So your best bet is just to keep a bit of the momentum, let it push you forward, but be paying attention. Keep moving forward, but be paying more attention. Focus on the process and taking your time with it to make sure that it's gives it the perfection that it needs, such as it is, or at least to give it what it needs to be, as good as it possibly can be, and you will reach your goal. And that, pig people, is your reading. So I wish you all the best with that, and I wish you a lovely day or evening. Take care till next time. Bye.